Be looking there. On my skirts. I get a better angle. I always have to do it like right when I pop on because you can't really see the scene before you hit live. It's all blocked by literature and other information. So, just continuing where I left off, I'm trying to think of some badge ideas. I'm going to also redraw the, I mentioned this was an art room, right? It's very hectic. Is it like too down? I don't know. Let's try. One day I'll have a solid spot, and I want to be as comfortable as possible because it helps me just get lost in the little squares. Right now I am but continuing to draw over and over again some clouds, because if you can see here and here as examples for badges, just showing away and not away, just a concept. And yeah, I was thinking also of having one with a thunderbolt to show like you're having a bad day, or maybe raining to show like you're a little sad inside that day, because you never know, like that might be kind of like a very beneficial mode of conversation initiation. Because if you are on a little live world where everyone is like every walking around avatar is a human being, and you see one that's like you don't have to pick up on any cues, it's, yeah, and I feel like it would be a good, not like an icebreaker almost, like a very honest, real human conversation starter. So right now I'm doing these squares. These are just quick little doodles, and I'm trying to make them in pixels. But I realized for tiles, I could be using that kind of like a garden. And Suki Odyssey is a good example. There is a little garden that you tend, and you grow stuff, and then you could sell the stuff and then go thrifting, quite literally. And here's the milk thing. I haven't got much farther on it, but it's milk. I do kind of want to add it to the city. I need to add everything to one page anyway, so I could open it in a newest sprite, the streaming computer, if you will. My computer just can't handle it, and it just doesn't handle it. So, probably gonna be a rather quiet stream because I do really want to get some pieces finished, so I could, yeah, stop worrying about it. And you know what, that'll be a good idea. I'm going to burger shop. Started these pickle chairs. Yeah, there's so much I just like haven't finished, but started. Like the tomato slice arena and the pickle chairs. And it's going to be like a burger restaurant, if you will, and different layers, but each layer is a piece of the burger. Trying to get creative here. I gotta quickly sketch it on the right here. One thing I've never been able to figure out is like here. how to do ellipses and circles isometric. They always look so odd and off. But you can see the burger, and then in the center it'll just be like a pole, and I'll have to look up how to make a spiral staircase or rope ladders. Rope ladders might be nice. And I want to make the burger kind of like shag carpet. And but anyway, getting off track. Start too many little things, and then I don't know how to like complete them in a way that hits your eyes right, you know, where it looks finished. I don't know how to complete the things by way of color, like choosing highlights and shadows. So I get to the most basic shapes and the basic, and then I don't know what to do next. And that's what I'm really trying to learn. Procreate really helps a lot. And I'll quickly try to describe why. A-Sprite, you go pixel by pixel. I love A-Sprite with every fiber of my human being. And also Procreate, if you go on Google, look up free pixel art brush on Procreate, and you'll find one, and you just download it and you open it up, and you can use it to draw pixel by pixel. So, 2 fingies. Got some plants started. Attempted, well, like started. But check out this pear. So, like, thousands of different colors of pixels, right? And I did all the shading pixel by pixel, but I was able to use this tool that is much like a finger or like a Q-tip to blend a blender. To blend. So you can blend it and it will blend the pixels, which is really neat to be able to do. Like you can get like photorealism and still be doing the pixel by pixel. I don't know the etiquette behind using that. However, it's just wild to me. I would have never been able to like, you know, do pixel quick. Because, see, if you look close up here, which I'm still not done with it. I'm still kind of trying to figure out how to use colors to give depth rather than anything else, because it's probably about like 30 pixels tall, 35 pixels tall. I wish I knew of a way to count, but the same size as these other things, and I should just do the whole shape. Okay. Doesn't that look like water? It looks like real water. And like if you look closer, like my pixels are rather dingy, like not very well placed. But I'm really trying to just let go and not overthink it. And so, and I'm gonna look up some pictures this time. But pixel, the individual, pixels could get a little freer with Procreate because I found Zag. I really wanted an Apple Pencil, like, you know, like pixel by pixel, but like I've never been able to get like this on A-Sprite, and I think it's because like the sketching is just, and this is Procreate, like it has thousands of different brushes, and you could find, oh my god, so many, and really nice. And I just found the free pixel one, and let me show you this pear real quick. So I wish I just copied and pasted it and then blended one to show an example, but I did really like rough shading and then used this, which is a blender, like the finger, and it blended it. And it's really neat. And it's such a small, like small object, but Kynto, there's no, no cap with the amount of colors that could be used. And it's not like making something for, like, I like working in, the palettes, all the palettes on Aspray, well, I don't know all of them. Found the creator of the, what's it called? Something 42. I don't know. I always keep forgetting this. Oh, this is my favorite palette. It's really nice. Why can't I remember? But it's got the Apple II palette, the Atari 2600, a bunch of stuff I don't know, CGA third high, Commodore 64, Commodore Plus /4, VIC 20, CPC, a bunch of stuff, like Game Boy, which is really fun to, the Game Boy's the 4 greens, and I tell you what, like anything you make, and like look up the pixels of the Game Boy, which I have it here, I think. Game Boy's 160 by 144 pixels, and anything you make in those constraints will look just like Game Boy art, which is really, really, I think, a treat and a half. And, oh yeah, what is it called again? Rosie 42, that's it. That's why it's such a great palette. It really is. Rosie 42. When I looked up on, line to find more information on it, the creator of it posted about it on Twitter, so there is, like, it's a trackable palette, it's nice. Very interesting. And, yeah, I've heard scatterbrains. I was opening something. Oh, yeah. I've shown this before, but another palette that's nice is the Pico 8 palette. And let me see if this is it. Yeah. So I used that palette plus the, I think, did I use the size? I don't know, actually. I don't know about that. But anyway, it's the palette. And Pico 8 is a fantasy console, but it's to replicate, like, that of something from, I guess, the early 80s. Tons of games on it. It's saved as image files and a bunch of DIY games. I don't know how I'm gonna do this one because, like, anyway, yeah. So, and the gist will be, and this is just a mock-up. I have all the art saved individually, and it's just simple. I get that. But you want to get the chickens, not the scorpions, and if you get too many scorpions, maybe the UFO will crash. Just a little something. And then this will be a mini game in Kynto. I quite like it. I want to stitch it on the back of a jacket. I just haven't found the time to sit still long enough. I need to do that. I need to remember to sit still for a second. But, yeah, it's really fun to mess around with this. Again, a sprite. And I forgot if it's, I should look up if it costs anything. I don't remember. Pixel art, I think, Pixil instead of EL, art.com or just pixels.com, something like that. It's a great way to dabble because you could not only share it to their library, but also have it printed on stuff. That's actually where this is from. It's my very first attempt ever at pixel art, and yeah, it's I think $16 to have it printed, and it has brought infinite joy and use. It's also a bullet journal, so it is always exciting to get a notebook and have little dots instead of lines for some reason. very useful. I do wish I could find an isometric notebook though that's smaller and has a spiral like this. I do love this, but this side it doesn't get use of the paper. It's awkward to draw on it. Oh yeah, so anyway. And I don't know why I can't. Also, this, if anybody like has a, I don't know what else this works with. So that is a thing that's worth looking at. But it's a ZAGG, Z-A-G-G, and I'm sure it's quite old, but it works fantastic, especially for pixel art where you don't need any form of pressure, sensitivity, or anything like that. And have this for some further inspiration. I really want to make buildings, and for some reason I just... And bookmarks, apparently. So I am on a mission to get hyper cool. And all the inspiration necessary. It's been a minute since I've made pixel art. So, I'll lift off on clouds. This makes no sense to do stream, actually, because you can't see it. Unless I move the camera, which I could do that. Do you mind being precariously priced? This... So if you were... It's nice having a desk with just one notebook on it. Okay. Some whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. It's just a very teetery thing. So I'll just put this on. Think for 2 seconds. Let's go. Got the seed catalog in. Oh yeah, there's this. Printed this out, still trying to find a few more instruments, just things that make noise to record. I don't know how to play it, but I used to have 100 of them from the fair every year. South Florida Fair. Last year I forgot to put the ultimate effort into finding there's this, I know they're still there. There's this one table, and it's a dude in a suit, and he's like, you know, doing the whole Bible verse thing, which is all the respects, you know. But the pamphlets are works of art. The pamphlets, I miss the pamphlets so much. I didn't know how important, like, that was to ultimate enjoyment of, like, life-fulfilling gems. The pamphlets, the art on them, oh my gosh. I think most people know what I'm talking about. And I don't mean any disrespect. I love religious pamphlets of every, like, my family is Catholic, for instance, and Catholic, I think it is a Catholic stand anyway. The pamphlets are just, and anyway, with very important messages, just like the art though, is just always surreal. I love it very much. Oh, that's not good. My pen is dead. Shoot. Oh, I wish I thought about that. It actually holds its charge for quite a long time, but I think I just didn't think about that. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. Hello, Johnny Coldheart. Just making some glorious amateur pixel art for Kynto. Kynto is Snappo's passion project. It's a, I used to say avatar chat all the time, and that's what, like, but it's available on Apple and Android as well as web, KyntoParty.com. But you can build rooms and stuff like that. So I'm always more than happy to attempt any object. I'm not very good at pixel art by any means, but it's a true joy to create. And right now I'm trying to make clouds, one awake, one pissed, one sad, and one passed out. So I could use that for maybe chat, like, because you could not only chat in it, but you could share your screen, your camera, front or back, microphone, and a bunch of stuff like that. So should have like a clever and quaint little way showing that if you're there or not. And other things, I want to try to make some plants. I can't focus my mind long enough. But okay, that's cool. I may have nervously drank that too fast. My pen is dead, but using Procreate for pixel art is one of the most life-changing things, and I only just now got started, so what a time for pen to die. Oh, I meant to say too, that pen was like $24, I think. It was used, works perfectly fine. It came with a bunch of new tips, which wild that like those receive wear from. It's so rigid. It is rigid. It's not rubbery at all, and it does have a rubber bit at the end that works when it's dead, because it's just like regular stylus thing. And I just don't know. Oh yeah, so I suppose I should probably make alright. I should just make more clouds. Well, does this work? No. I think I'm just gonna have to continue working on this stream set, because this is just and 2 years of stream slowly losing it. Anyway, I'm going to just make clouds. Oh, I want my pen back. Panic. Gotten so spoiled. This is so far out of my realm, but I love the heck out of it. Like, these are the books that I did manage to find, because I am trying to learn how to efficiently create it. And this is something that, I mean, like, 1 second. Okay, so check it. So see that? Beautiful, adorable. See all the different colors? How do you choose? How do you choose? And it starts off so simple. Beautiful art form. Pixel art. And this is this book, Pochi Pochi, which I had the time of my life trying to track down a copy. Because Japanese creativebookstore.com, I believe, does have it. However, it was the shipping that got me. And I finally waited long enough for it to pop up on eBay. And it's absolutely brilliant. And like, beautifully done, beautiful size, and you don't have to be able to read fluently Japanese because they illustrated everything so beautifully. You know exactly what is happening and what is being conveyed. Same thing when it goes into creating palettes. And bueno. And this one, which is, gosh, you could get this one for like $5. Highly recommend. The cutest art too. It really. And it's isn't it an Ace Bright? There's Ace Bright. Oh yes, this one is an Ace Bright, which is the software that I use. And it's just so. Oh, this is what I was talking about. So, Western method. See how it's the same. What is it called? Hues. It's the same hue. So same color, but then the Eastern method, you change not only the brightness, but also the hue, and you get such a juicier range of colors. And this information you could use for anything, any medium, anything, anywhere, anytime. It's just overall an extremely useful book. I see like how colors change the scene dramatically, and it's just such a beautiful thing to know. And I'm really, really trying to absorb as much information about colors as possible, because colors really can create anything you want to portray. And like colors mixed with symbolism, maybe a general understanding of perspective would help also, but not quite there yet. I also found this one, which can be found on eBay every now and then. It's by Daniel Silver. Pixel art for game developers, and this one works in Graphics Gale, which is a software for Windows, I believe. I could be wrong. Apple is not for Apple. And it's brilliant. Very useful knowledge. I really want to give Graphics Gale a go. Every time I see anyone working in it, just think how fun it looks. For animation. I've animated a few things, so nothing too spectacular. Mostly blinking and stuff like that. I know Walter's edited, I think a few of the plushies, so they have me. Yeah, this is what I was trying to do last night. I was trying to make grass. Ooh, I gotta show you. It wasn't the best grass. It's kind of like swag, but yeah. But like from afar, yeah, no. Because I realized maybe I could do a gradient. It took a long time. But it's slowly getting a little better. I think the shapes, I don't really. But I'm just so taken back by the water, because that was just 2 seconds of Just trying not to overthink it because it just holds me back so much. And I think that's why it's valuable, showing how crazy I'm going because I can't like get out of this creative block. You are not alone. But anyway, look how beautiful that is, and this is Procreate and the palette. So heavy. Why did that scroll? There you go. Juicy. I made these ones. It's just really nice. And the ones it comes with is very nice. And I just can't get over it. And then you can use the pen with it, so it looks really, and then you could blend it, do the, see, I don't know the etiquette though on that. I should ask. Like, there's pixel joint and the ace bright. Well, maybe not an ace bright, but the pixel joint. Maybe I should ask. Does that count? I don't know. Because you're not picking the colors, like, it's like automatic, but it, I don't know. Like, for instance, here, let me copy and paste this shape. How do I do that? Oops. So how do I do that? Yes. Okay. So this is, I'll just use my finger. This is the, okay, so there's this thing. I just copied and pasted it. So there's this thing. And you can take this finger, the finger, and then it literally like blends it. Oops. Maybe this one. See that? Like, what are the rules? So I'm gonna do this. This is so sweet. It's just, and then like erasing that border after, cause like you can get like some Monets in Kynto this way, cause it's so smooth like oil painting. But you see what I mean? It's just like wild how much you could buff it out and like how smooth it is, like oil painting or something. Is this illegal? I don't know. It looks so nice in my opinion. Looks like pastel or something. Let's close it back. So you look like a painting. Anyway. Hopefully later I can make it Kynto stream work because it's going to be fun. And anybody could share their stream. I actually have it open, but I don't really need to share. Oh, maybe I do. Oh, I think I do actually. I'll just type it. because I think it's going to be sweet, and I really look like that. Put links because I have to confront myself. Ooh. Whoops. That was a mistake. .com. It's just been a weird day. Kynto.com. My room is a Pixel Paradise, and I think Spooky Dungeon. I think that's the name of it. And I know that pen doesn't take that long to charge, but should probably get back on, because I also wanted to try to make a postal box. I shouldn't have said that out loud, because this is not going to look anything like a postal box, mailbox, for a really long time. It's going to look like nothing you've ever seen before. It's going to look like shit. But, yeah, that's just a part of it, and more than welcome. Heart. Yes, one thing I need desperate practice on is ellipses and circles, arches, anything rounded in perspective, isometric perspective. And I just can't seem to gain any level of understanding, to be quite honest. Like, the parallel straight lines, golden. But the rounded and arched, and due to the 2-1-2, but I just realized maybe do 3 at this. It's usually 1, 2, 3. It's usually any number of numbers at the corner. So, but I found if you do 3, makes it not as like rigid of a corner looking, and more open to being interpreted as a rounder corner. And that's all just guesstimation, really. And there's a few highly valuable channels for pixel art. I'm sure there's a lot of highly valuable channels, but the few that I ran into and then I stuck with for a good while, I think, was Brandon James Greer and Brandon James Greer. I'm just gonna have to look that up. What has zero memory? Is anybody else's memory like in pieces? Bookmark. I don't know. What have you in there? Wiki under a playlist? Sure, I made. My memory is like just absolutely shot. I don't remember half of these playlists, but I thought I had a playlist that was like pixel information. There should be like a directory of that, like, of things that, like, ask an embroider, like a master embroider. No, maybe not, because of probably. Anyway, as someone who watches a lot of embroidery videos, I don't know. Voting, maybe. Find the best embroidery videos on YouTube, and then the best soldering videos, and the best home repair videos, and like make a directory just like that, the links of that, because then you don't need like stuff like Skillshare, no offense, Skillshare, but I looked into it, it's like more expensive than YouTube, so, you know what I mean, and YouTube is just like, if you're willing to sift, especially, and the flood of AI videos is, but you just sift a little bit, and then you'll find some really, really just absolutely invaluable information and sources of information. I know there's a lot of, there's humans behind the AI channels, but I don't know, I prefer, like, who knows or something, I don't know. It's the robotic voice, and then you end up pronouncing stuff weird because, you know, you already end up, like, a lot of words, I'm sure a lot of people experience when they say it out loud, go to say it out loud, they're like, wow, I've only read that word, or I've never really used that word in, like, in speech, or, you know what I mean? Something like that. And, the AI voices pronounce things the darndest ways, and it's just so funny that that's probably going to be picked up on by eventually, right? Adam C. Eunice. And, yeah, it has a bunch of A-Sprite videos. And spelled Adam C. Eunice, Y-O-U-N-I-S. Sounds Greek, I'm guessing. But anyway. Post box. So, I like this square for some reason. So, I'm going to produce another one. So, I could preserve this one and butcher this one. So, and I like, there are many different keys that do many different things, and slowly starting to cannot operate PS4 with voice now. What was it capable of doing? This is where I got messed up. Like, now what? Let me just. Because it would be like here. So, oh, I forgot it was online. Oh, thank God you can't see this. It's hideous. I just, why is it such a mind bending? Like, I think this might be just like some form of inexplainable void beyond human comprehension. How to make an arch in isometric perspective. I'm convinced. How is it done? I'm of course kidding. This is definitely a me issue, because when you watch like the masters, it looks so intuitive and so easy. Not easy, but intuitive. think that maybe I should really look up a picture of what these things look like to me. Especially what they look like maybe portrayed on like one of those rugs that have the tracks for cars, toy cars. I think they're also in isometric perspective. Every song I've ever heard in my entire life is seemingly stuck in my head at once. Can't remember. I can't even remember what song it's from, but like it's just like surely middle school. And it's like gonna pass the bottle back to Pete's or something on the pathway to that's the song that's in my head. And then it's like let me get rid of these very distracting lines. And too deep. It's so nerve-wracking. Where did I go? This is just so disorienting. I think I'm just gonna go up on it and then start. I can't see any of this. I'm sorry. This is like the most pointless. I think so. Well, maybe I'll read some of that line so I know why. Hey, actually, just like this is messed up. Not good. consider it. I wish I could Shazam my memory. Consider it. I'm just going to at least change sure. The color real quick so I can focus it on. I guess a hideous shape. It's beautiful. It's so fun to play with these, but I'm not complaining. I enjoy figuring it out. But why is it? Oh. You couldn't get me enough. Maybe if I put sunlight in. It's like That was like a garbage can. I don't mind that. I could repurpose it. But oh. I'm gonna go to the room minefield because it's smallest. So maybe I should just open. What am I? Oh, okay. I was behind another plate. But let's see. It is. Hello, Roberto G. Sauce. I almost didn't see you there. Slowly trying to chisel out a mailbox. Slowly, emphasis on that part. Oops. Oh yeah, maybe here. Trying to make it not like obviously realistic because it's just so young. But excuse me. Don't talk this much in your life. Unless like nope. Oh yeah. Dithering. Maybe. It's a whole lot of this, especially when you don't know what you're doing. Like me here. It's a whole lot of this, but then all of a sudden it has character. And it's such a multi-purpose art form because this could be used in embroidery, weaving, anywhere that the maker wants to tell a story. Or at least it includes imagery. I got a milk building. Milk building and a post office. And then they're finished. I really need to learn some finishing techniques because to get to the basics. I forgot. It's just like a regular chat thing. But you can also share your screen, video, anything. It's pretty wild, honestly. I think. What to do? Blank off? Because this is not clicking for some reason. Okay. If you wanted to make something look round with just colors, we'd make like one line darker maybe. I like to send it. Just send it. Because then you could fill with little bits of color, like in between pixel edges, and it softens the edges like beautifully. My level of understanding is still relatively incoherent. incoherent. Is that about it? I don't know. It's just. Okay. This has to go in just a little bit. Because it will have, right, a little bit of, ooh, a little. Okay. It has a little bit of, oops. So, oh my god. This is why I just, for some reason, can never just look up a picture of a postbox. Mailbox. So it's like a drawer. I think I'm gonna flip it. Thinking publicly is strange. I think I'm going to try to slice it in half and put the drawer here. So I have to make this way longer. Oh. Perhaps I could just attach. Yeah, look at that. The drawer pixels, so you can't see any of this. Anyway, I'm just gonna wait to do pixels stream for Kynto, cause I mean well, but it's just I think always ends up odd or something. much better. I just have to put some legs on it and the drawer, and the shape just makes more sense. I just have to look at a picture and remember what the things look like to begin with. And a door where the mail is extracted by the man of the mail. Mailman. And other mailmans. You depict a like a key, like a keyhole. It's gonna be a black freaking mark for me. Shoot. It's so hot in here. I am wearing efficient sock things. These, I don't know where they're from, but they're Icelandic something, and my guess is it's real material because, oh, interesting. This is very comfortable, very efficient though, and it's summertime. I have no business wearing okay, so now I have to make the door. Okay, it's like a okay, so I think hunger just hit me, as per usual. And I do have my breakfast, if you will, that's sitting right there. Just been sitting, scattered mentally, can't even think straight. And therefore I have just memories, like feeling the differences, if you will. Anyway, and just I think I'm going to go eat and come back and continue this because I really have to sit here as long as possible and get as many objects made because I just need repetition right now for practice, because it's the things that don't make sense. It's because I just need to repeat them over and over again for them to fall into place and fall into their own understanding. So, anyway, I shall return. Hopefully on Kynto, so you can actually see the stuff take place. Because it's a little embarrassing trying to make pixel stuff after not giving it a go for months. But yeah, and I'm trying to teach myself how to create it efficiently, and I think why not do that via stream? I don't mind, and shame free. You gotta start somewhere, and it's a really nifty medium if you want, fun to play with. So hope y'all have a beautiful day, and yeah, feel free to come back. And if you go to Kynto Party, which is linked in the description, I don't know if it's clickable, but you'll be able to chat there instead, but the chat will read out, like it'll read it out loud, and you'll also be able to share your own stream of the streams going through Kynto itself, but if you comment through Kynto, it'll read it out, and it'll just be a lot more interactive, and you'll be able to be heard and stuff. If you have anything to promote, feel free, and yeah, food. Happy trails. What do I do?